Podcast City Network.
Listener discretion is advised.
It is time to play.
You're listening to The Everett Lee Show.
Let's go!
A shot of entertainment to the head.
No doubt!
Sit back, relax,
Put your drinks up!
and enjoy the entertainment.
Okay!
Now we come to the payoff.
Let's rock!
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Everett Lee Show Slammin' Thursday edition right here on twitch.tv/TheEverettLee. Everett Lee is joining you tonight to talk about WWE RAW, NXT, AEW, Wednesday Night War, Full Gear, and later on in the program, wrestling manager Damien Saint will be calling in. And none of this is possible without my co-host that always joins me on the Slammin' Thursday edition of the Everett Lee Show. I want to welcome to the program, as always, the Chris Rose. How you doing there, Chris?
I'm doing all right tonight. It's been a pretty good week of wrestling, and I'm ready to sit down and discuss all things of wrestling with you, as always.
Oh yeah,
It'll be a fun night.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun night because, I mean, just everything that's been going on and stuff. So everyone can kick back and just have a little bit of...
Drinking a little bit of the bubbly.
And listen to Everett Lee and the Chris Rose talk about some wrestling. But before I do that, man, how was your week? How was your weekend?
I had a pretty good this past weekend. I had a good weekend, but I fell short Sunday to Frankie Swamp Tower in our False Count Anywhere street fight match.
Yeah.
I pulled out all the stuff. I didn't know how to beat this guy, but I will see him again on the 17th. I will see him again. He better watch his back because I don't lose like that often. And yeah, man, pretty shocked still by it. I got some scars. I got some bumps and bruises, but I will regain my composure and I will heal up this weekend. There is nothing coming up for the Chris Rose. I will be going deer hunting with my family this weekend. Kicking back, relaxing, and drinking a little bit of the bubbly.
Drinking a little bit of bubbly.
Drinking a little bit of the bubbly.
Very appropriate time. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to this weekend of no wrestling, as a matter of fact. Need a little break, but I'll be back and freshened up for next weekend. I'll be at KZW in Williamsburg on Saturday and on Sunday in Lawrenceburg, hopefully to find Frankie Swamp Tower there.
Yeah.
And get my revenge, so to speak. But yeah, this weekend's going to be really fun, man. What's your plans for this weekend?
Well, my plans is pretty much running Podcasting Network with Chris Carnage, doing that. And I may go check out some local wrestling I got word of that's going to be in Orlando this weekend, which I heard a promotion. There's a talent out there that I may go out there and see, and possibly maybe a guest on the Everett Lee Show in an upcoming episode for an interview. So I may just end up, checking that out right there. But talking about weekends and stuff and everything, You wrestled this past weekend while you were going after Frankie Swamp Tower, right?
Yes.
I was at the Daytona Beach Comic Book Convention, hanging out with the Super Radio Brothers. Yeah, they're part of the Podcasting Network. They host the event. They've been doing it for the last 7 years. They're the official media host for the Daytona Beach Comic Book Convention, which runs twice a year. It runs in April or May and in November. And I went out there this year to support the guys, and I sat in a hot seat because last year, for the last two shows they had last year, I was not able to sit in a hot seat because last year I had my wife and my daughter. My daughter threw a fit, and I wasn't able to jump in the hot seat, but got to talk to the guys there. And then all of a sudden, this year, I went out by myself and got to sit in the hot seat and answer some questions. Good questions, guys, for this year. I got to give my hats off to Super Raider Brothers. Rich, Mark, and Ben, you guys know how to do it. And they had a lot of guests and vendors there, Chris. They had a lot of vendors and guests there. Especially, I talked to 3 guests that was there. I talked to Gangrel. He was there. I got to talk with him, meet with him. Awesome guy, man. Got an autograph picture. He signed it. Right next to him was sitting Rocky Johnson, The Rock's father, man.
Oh.
Yeah. I talked to him briefly, got an autograph picture, and I asked him, how was it what was it like for you and Tony Atlas to win the World Tag Team Championships? He said, greatest feeling of my life. I said, awesome. And I got to talk to Gangrel. Yeah, it was awesome. I got to talk to Gangrel. I asked him, I said, how the hell did you not get burnt coming up through the stage there and stuff? And he said he stood in the middle. He had Edge and Christian on the sides of him, but never got burnt except in 2008 when they took the stage and they made it smaller for when Rey Mysterio jumped up. That was the only time that he got burnt. But other than that, great guy. He gave me a promotion for a fundraiser Christmas event that he's gonna be doing down near Miami, and I'd love to go to that. It's on December 14th. But again, I met John Crother. He is the writer for the comic books. You seen the comic books based off of wrestlers and their stories?
No, I don't read comic books, to be honest, buddy.
Oh man, no, you're gonna like these because they got a bunch of him and the company. I can't. I'm forgetting off the top of my head. They do comics and stories on wrestlers. That they got like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He got done doing one with Jake Hager, and just different ones. So I seen one that popped up right there that caught my eye. It was Sunny, the California girl. She was one of the original Glow wrestlers. Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Her comic was there. Yeah. So I picked that up, and he signed it for me. And I talk on and off with Patricia Summerlin, who was Sunny, the California girl, and I snapped a picture of it to send it to her, and she liked it. And that conversation, man, it led into this announcement right here on coming up right here on, I'll pull it up right here so we can see it. Wednesday night, November 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to have the original Glow wrestler, Sunny the California girl, Patricia Summerlin, right here on the Everett Lee Show on Wednesday night. One-on-one interview with her. Going to find out what she's been doing of lately and what's projects and stuff she has on the horizon, and a lot of good conversation we're definitely going to have. So I'm going to have her on the podcast there, and it's going to be great. It definitely is going to be great. And what else you got going on, Chris, besides my fun weekend and you wrestling?
Man, it's about it. All I about do on weekends is wrestle. That's all I do.
Yeah.
That's all I do, Chris Rose. That's all I do, except this weekend.
Right. Taking a break.
I got taking a break, going on a trip. Should be a blast. That's about all that's happened with me is wrestling. About all I do.
It is. I see it all over your Facebook, and I love it, man. I like and share the post, and I like watching your matches, man. Great matches, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, you're great in the ring, man. I mean, you get that. I still love that European uppercut you do. That's my favorite.
A lot of people love it, but my opponents do not.
They don't?
Knock the wind out of them. It takes the soul, buddy. They don't like it at all, and I don't really care, to be quite honest. But yeah, wrestling's going good. I work really hard at it. All I do is watch film and try to get better. I'm in the gym 2 to 3 times a week. About all the time I can really get into the gym. I try my best to get there when I can. But I try my best to be the best I can be, steal the show every night. I just, I do my best at what I do.
Yep. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Quick shout out to Deathmatch Wrestling Podcast. He says hello, what's up? And speaking of podcast, I'm going to give a shout out. Each week, Chris, I'm going to do a shout out to different podcast shows and just different ones that have people to listen to. I want to give a shout out this week to a show that I was given to take a listen to after a discussion on Facebook on one of the promoting podcast pages that I'm on. I'm on a bunch of them, man. I'm going to have to cut that down because it's hard to... I usually don't get feedback, and I got a lot of feedback from this group this week, and we talked, and I talked with one of the people who have a show that's on the group on Facebook. And I want to give a shout out to the fabulous Heelnerds, hosted by Nicholas Brown and Scott Thompson. Their description of our show is, "Hey there, we are a series-based podcast all about the mystical thing we like to call professional wrestling." Yeah, another one. Their format's pretty good. I listened to a couple of their episodes. They did one of a series, I'm going to listen to the rest too, about the history of hardcore wrestling dating back from 1908 all the way up to 1939 in that first segment. And then I went and listened to their take and review on 1996 Bash at the Beach, which would have to be one of the greatest pay-per-views with Hulk Hogan turning on the fans. But I didn't finish the rest of it, but I'm going to go back and listen to it. But it's a good podcast, and I suggest everyone to, if you want to hear a wrestling podcast based on different pay-per-views and different takes and stuff, go ahead and check them out. The Fabulous Heelnerds, hosted by Nicholas Brown and Scott Thompson. Their podcast is available on anchor.fm/thefabulous So check them out. And speaking of wrestling, let's get into some wrestling, man. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw right here on the Slammin' Thursday edition of the Everett Lee Show with Everett Lee and the Chris Rose. All right. First off, I just want to say about Monday Night Raw, Chris, is the fact that you watched SmackDown this last Friday, right?
Honestly, not a lot. The gist of it was basically, Saudi Arabia, that show, a lot of the wrestlers like Roman Reigns, Baron Corbin, the Revival, the New Day was advertised.
Yeah.
And there was some flight issues in Saudi Arabia. As far as we know, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And that opened the opportunity for Triple H to bring NXT to SmackDown to build the Survivor Series pay-per-view.
Right.
And SmackDown got quite a rating on Friday. It was their highest since their debut on Fox.
Yes.
The Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan match is one of the best matches of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Baszler attacking Bayley was quite impressive. I saw bits and pieces of SmackDown. It looked to be a pretty good episode. I watched what I could of it because we don't really cover it on the show, so I really, I tried to watch it, but, it was just one of those things, and I just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw the Bryan and Adam Cole match. It was really good. I also saw the Sami Zayn getting attacked by Riddle and Lee. It was a pretty good SmackDown. Adam Cole is money, in my opinion. I think he's going to be a big star one day, bigger than he already is.
Mm-hmm.
And H knows it. Vince McMahon knows it. They all know it. That's why he was featured on all three brands. Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
Yeah.
Adam Cole's got the factor that a lot of guys in the business do not have, and he's got it.
Mm-hmm. He does. He does. I agree with you right there. I definitely.
And I liked it. I loved the match. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of
I liked it.
SmackDown?
I liked it. I liked the invasion angle and what they did and what limited people they had on the roster because of the Saudi Arabia thing. And we still hear reports about, this and that and everything. And I enjoyed it. Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, I thought it was a great match. I was like, oh, damn, man. Oh, shit. When Shayna Baszler attacked Bayley, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. So NXT is invading SmackDown. Okay, this is great. This is great. Monday Night Raw, I was like, okay, what's going to happen on Monday Night Raw now? Is SmackDown going to show up on Raw? Or because it basically Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. So Monday night, I guess they tried to recapture that, and it was a little bit more too predictable, and it kind of fell short, though. But Brock Lesnar going after Rey Mysterio, he quit SmackDown. He is, I guess, basically Lesnar's going to be on Raw now because Bray Wyatt has the Universal Championship, and that's going to be on SmackDown because The Fiend is part of SmackDown. But Rey Mysterio beating down Brock Lesnar. What'd you think of that, man?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, Lesnar and Heyman came out. They, they talked, Lesnar going to Raw, and I was like, well, The Fiend has the Universal Championship, as you said, on SmackDown, and there's a picture floating around. I forgot where it was, but it showed The Fiend's Universal Championship, which is not red.
Yes.
It looks pretty badass. I would go look that up if you've not seen it yet. That's a rumored championship title for him.
Yeah.
I hope Heyman cut a pretty good promo with Brock at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
D. Madden received the F5 to the table from Brock Lesnar. It's just crazy. Dio Madden's twice the size of Rey Mysterio. Dio Madden couldn't beat him up, but Rey Mysterio could. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But Rey Mysterio was once known as the Giant Killer.
Yeah.
He is. I think Brock has better matches with guys smaller than him.
Yeah.
With Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
He does.
I think Lesnar and Rey Mysterio will have a great match at Survivor Series, in my opinion. I have a lot of respect for Mysterio. He's been in the business for a long time.
Yeah.
But one downfall I had from the segment is why didn't he attack him with a chair again? Fucking lead pipe.
I know. Lead pipe, man. That was crazy. I mean, he beat him down, man. He beat Lesnar down, and I mean he hightailed it out of there. I mean, it was great. It was great. But yeah, in the promo Ray cut backstage, straight to the point, he's like, "I'm coming after you, and I'll see you at Survivor Series." And that was great. I loved it.
Yeah. Old school, laying down the champ. You came after my family. You came after, you came after his son Dominic, and father taking up for his son. Simple shit.
Yeah.
Lay down the challenge, and it's going to happen at Survivor Series. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's
going to be good.
It's going to be good. It definitely is going to be good. And then Seth Rollins cutting that promo, and Triple H saying, "You with me or you against me?" And you didn't know. It's almost like in the old Invasion angle. You don't know if Seth is going to switch sides and help NXT, because look at the history with Seth Rollins, Triple H, man. Look at the history. They teamed together. They fought together. Seth Rollins was the first NXT champion. So that's going to play a factor into what's going to be happening at Survivor Series with NXT versus Raw versus SmackDown. Did you get anything, feel anything from that right there?
Yeah, Rollins talks, the past year trying to slay the beast and, taking up a theme, and then Rollins looks confused and he doesn't know what to do anymore. And then out comes Triple H. The whole promo, I thought that Rollins was teasing a heel turn.
Yeah.
Teasing the old Rollins.
Yeah.
But Triple H out. Triple H is very good on the mic, always has been. I don't like how, Triple H said that Rollins made the Shield, which is not true. That's not true at all. It was originally CM Punk's idea.
Yeah.
And they just took it from Punk. They can't say that on TV.
Yeah, but, they can't. They can't. Yeah, I agree with you there.
I get where they're going with it. Then, it looked like Rollins was getting ready to say something, but then Adam Cole comes out, and then the OC comes out, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Then later on tonight, Rollins challenges Adam Cole in the main event. And for the NXT Championship, and
what'd you think of that match?
Yeah, man. I thought the whole Rollins segment with everything was great. Rollins and Adam Cole had a pretty good main event match. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. But I expected, just how the show ended. I mean, you get the NXT guys coming out and stuff. I mean, you knew they were there, but in what shape or form would they be there? And then what I liked was how the promo was shot and done when Shayna Baszler got in there and sat down and right in front of Becky Lynch, and she cut. Shayna's she cut a damn good promo, man. She cut a damn good promo. Becky, she cut one back, and that right there made me say, yeah, I want to see all three of these, during Survivor Series. Becky versus Shayna versus Bayley, but I feel that during that match, Bayley's going to take the pinfall because you don't want Shayna to lose. You don't want Becky to lose. So, Bailey, you're out, man. You are out. So, but how'd you feel about that promo, Shayna and Becky? How'd you feel about that?
Oh yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I think these two women could do good things in the near future together on the same brand.
Yeah.
Probably sit down and interview. Well done. I liked it.
Yeah, it was done. It was done really well. It was. I have to say, yeah, that pretty much was done really well. But with the invasion, they almost tried to capture what they did on SmackDown, which fell short. So out of this week on what I'd give Raw with what was going on, I enjoyed the Mysterio beatdown with Lesnar, Seth Rollins wild card, and Shayna Baszler promo, and the main event with Rollins and Adam Cole. I'd give it a 5 out of 10 this week.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, Buddy Murphy actually had one clean. I'd say they listened to him because last week I was really mad about the match he had with R-Truth.
Yeah.
And, they let Buddy and Alexander put on an awesome back and forth match. Murphy wins. Hopefully they do something with that guy in the near future. He's money, and he can do something for the company. Rusev and Lana's deal. Did you notice the Team Flair and Team Hogan thing still going on?
Yeah. I noticed that, man.
But we'll see what happens in the near future with that. Yeah, Raw is not the best. The Viking Raiders in another freaking squash match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am excited for the Survivor Series match with the Undisputed Era, the Viking Raiders, and the Revival. That should be a great match.
Yeah, that should.
Raw versus NXT. That should be great. But, overall, Raw, I'd say about 6 out of 10 because of the main event. I really like the main event.
Yeah. Main event was great.
Those guys could main event a WrestleMania together.
Yeah.
Adam Cole and Seth Rollins.
They could.
I'd say we'll see that in
the future. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they proved it. Undisputed Era, they're a dominant faction. And how'd you like that video I sent to you Wednesday night there, right before NXT began, with Undisputed Era going live and it turning out not what you thought it was?
Yeah, it was pure chaos. Undisputed Era is going to be something special. They're the best group that the WWE has. To be quite honest.
Yeah, definitely.
What they on down the road, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they pretty much, the beginning of NXT, man, they got their butts kicked. The OC showed up because I was wanting to see now what's going to happen on Wednesday night. Is Raw and SmackDown both going to show up, or what's going to happen? You had the OC from Raw showing up. I understood where they're going with this, though, but I expected more out of this invasion because you only had Raw show up. Where the hell was SmackDown? Where the hell was SmackDown at? Because they weren't over in Saudi because they were back in the States. They were back here. So, therefore...
Yeah, NXT was a little bland for me.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, he opened up, doing the corny, they're taking over the show, And then out comes Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, and Riddle. laying down the challenge. And, of course, everybody knew that it was going to be a six-man tag in the main.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty good, promo, I guess. But, I would love to see the Undisputed Era and the OC go back and forth, except those three. But,
Yeah.
but,
Well, they were pretty much laid out. They couldn't compete. Undisputed Era was out until the main event, till towards the ending of the main event, which I thought was great. How that happened.
yeah, the main event was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Dunne and Damien Priest.
Yeah, man.
Very short. Surprising that it was so short, because they had just brought in Damien Priest,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
As far as he
Yeah.
ain't been there. He has a while, and and it was very, very, very short.
It was short.
Dunne did match I liked. Pete Dunne is a really good talent as well.
Yeah.
Held the UK championship for a very long time.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I see Pete Dunne on Raw or SmackDown in the near future as well.
Yeah.
Or he's becoming its own brand. It's not even a developmental brand anymore.
No, it's not.
Like Tommaso Ciampa said, everybody was wondering when I'm going to be going to the main roster. And he said to the OC, "You're looking at the main roster," and I thought that was pretty clever.
It was.
Tommaso Ciampa's another guy who's money as well. He's a tremendous talent.
Oh yeah, he definitely is. And you cannot tell me Keith Lee is not over with that crowd right there, man. And Matt Riddle.
Yeah, Keith Lee though, how he looks sometimes, it looks like he's been smoking a little weed with Matt Riddle.
He's basking in the broness of glory, glory. At least he ain't,
Drinking a little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah.
Keith Lee though, on a real note, Keith Lee, for that guy for his size and to be as athletic as he is, it's insane.
Oh my goodness. It is.
Fans love Keith Lee. I like Keith Lee. I'm a big fan. Him and Dominic Dijakovic had some great matches on NXT. Looking forward to see what he does in the near future. In my opinion, I think they should make Keith Lee and Matt Riddle a tag team.
It looks like they're going to.
It looks like they're doing that. I think the fans really like their chemistry together.
Yeah.
When they teamed up.
Yeah, they do.
I think they're going to keep forward with that.
Yeah, I believe so. They're gonna keep them together because they're such a great tag team. They definitely are. Had a couple women's matches. I know we were talking last week about how the women's division is pretty strong in NXT compared to AEW. And in this week, you saw Tanera going up against, on her NXT television debut on USA, Santana Garrett. Santana Garrett, she's wrestled twice, a couple times on NXT when it was just on the network, and I've seen both those matches. I've even seen her wrestle live, and I briefly met with her. Great in-ring talent, and I was surprised that she took the loss against Tanera because she's been on a losing streak, and this was her first win over Santana Garrett, who now officially signed with NXT after all this time. They've used her plenty of times. She was even in the Mae Young Classic at one point. One of the Mae Young Classics. I think it was the first year, second year. She was in that. But Santana's pretty good in-ring talent. It was, pretty good match. I didn't expect, Tanera to win, but she did.
Yeah, you can tell that Garrett is the veteran of the two, and I've followed Santana Garrett on Instagram for a long time, and I believe it was a couple of years ago. I commented and was like, "You should be in the WWE," and she wrote back. She was like, "Why don't you tell them?" And has that WWE look, in a woman. She has the in-ring talent. I think they should push her, a lot harder than they have been.
Yeah.
Panera, has potential, but kind of sloppy in the ring.
Yeah, I noticed
but
that.
Garrett's got, that factor, the it factor, and the experience. So, match was what it was. Hopefully they do a lot better with Santana Garrett in the near future.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so too. It's going to take some time to build it, but eventually they will give her that push that she needs, and she will go places. She definitely will. Shayna Baszler versus Dakota Kai, which ended up setting up the women's War Game match coming up the night before Survivor Series in about 3 weeks. And the teams look pretty damn strong. What do you think about that there?
Why isn't Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir on the team with Shayna Baszler?
That's what I'm wondering too. Why are they not ready yet? Are they not ready?
I think they're ready. They've been in NXT for quite some time with her. I just don't know how they're doing this right now.
I don't
that
get
was
it.
kind of confusing. But overall, though, I mean, you got Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
And then the opponent for her. And then you got Mia Yim, who, skipping ahead, she came out after the Baszler and Dakota Kai match.
Yeah, she did. She did.
The match Baszler and Dakota Kai had was honestly not that exciting for me.
No, same here. Same here. Not into it. Nope. I mean, not really.
Was their best match? I didn't think so. I just was not into it. But yeah, at the end, Mia Yim came out with the kendo stick, beating down all the heels, and she is indeed the fourth woman for Team Ripley. Rhea Ripley, Mia Yim, Johnny Gargano's woman. What's her name?
Candice Del Rey. Candice Del Rey.
Yes, Candice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a good War Games match.
Yeah.
It should be. I mean, a lot of talent there. The NXT's women's division is better than Raw and SmackDown's right now.
Yeah. It is. It definitely is. It shows. It definitely shows right there. But I thought it was a little bit surprising right there to have two women's match. They usually have a women's match, and then the rest you got tag team and singles matches. But I was surprised about that for this episode there. And going back to the main event, the Undisputed Era ended up showing up, and they clean house. The match ended basically no contest. Undisputed Era getting back at the OC for jumping him at the beginning of the program. And then Finn Balor comes out. And you're wondering if he was with OC or Undisputed. It didn't make sense to me where he stood at during this.
Yeah, they're teasing something with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is yet. I mean, they're doing a good job at doing that. Finn Balor? Is he going to join the OC? Is he going to join the Undisputed Era? Is he going to just be by himself? I think my prediction, I don't know who's going to join, but I'd say it will be at War Games.
Yeah.
I think that would be the final decision.
Mm-hmm.
And what Finn Balor do.
Yeah. That would be it. I agree. We'll find out at War Games. One thing I was again disappointed about was no SmackDown. You only had the OC invading Raw. Okay. You had no SmackDown, nowhere to be showing up to invade NXT for what they did that night. I expected something from SmackDown. Nothing. I got nothing. I got the OC. I'd give AEW, or not AEW, NXT this past week on 1 to 10. I'd give it a 4 because I'm disappointed for the fact I didn't get SmackDown to invade. I expected more Raw people to show up. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. OC's here. All right, who's going to be here from Raw? That's it. So I'm going with that for this week.
Yeah, I'd say about 6 out of 10 for NXT. It wasn't the best. It just wasn't.
No,
it wasn't good.
It wasn't. But AEW was on fire, man. That was one hell of a way to get you to watch the pay-per-view on Saturday. Would you not say how that show went from start to finish? Full gear, basically. It was just like the pay-per-view coming up on this Saturday for AEW. Full gear. I mean, Pac versus Trent, that was pretty good right there. That was pretty good.
It was a good match, but I mean, went very long, and the finish sucked. He kicked out of the Black Arrow, but it looked like the referee fucked up.
Yeah. Botch.
Should have just finished him with the Black Arrow. It diminished his finisher with Trent kicking out, but it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Pac, after the match, on my own Hangman, building to their match at Full Gear.
Yeah.
This Saturday. There was a lot of good, though, in the match, but it did go way too long.
Yeah.
Pac is a star, in my opinion. His suplexes, his intensity, his athleticism, is insane. And I don't know how WWE missed the boat with him. It's just it's beyond me right now.
Yeah.
But Pac is a superstar in AEW. Looking forward to Hangman versus Pac this weekend.
Yeah, I am too. And that promo Cody cut, that was really good promo and announcement. So if he don't beat Jericho, he's not going to go after the AEW championship. He's not going to go after it. He basically, I mean, what do you think there? Do you think he is going to get it, or it's going to stay on Jericho at this point? Because with that promo there,
I mean, we're going to make our predictions later on in the show.
yeah,
I need some time to think about that because I mean I can't really predict it. I mean, Cody did one of the best promos I've ever seen him do.
Yeah.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Talking about, his dad, talking about his family, talks history in the wrestling business, being proud of AEW.
Mm-hmm.
You felt it. You felt that promo.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
It very much. I loved it, bringing up what Jericho said about him as well. Man, it was something else. It was one of the best promos I've seen in a very long time. That was my favorite moment Wednesday night of the show was Cody's promo.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good promo. I loved it. He went straight to the point, and he's like, I'm gonna get that championship. If not, I ain't going after it again. And everything he said in the promo, the crowd was behind him on that. They definitely were behind him on that. Private Party went up against Dark Order, and it looks like they're going to be the third tag team in the match that's going to be happening on Saturday night for AEW Full Gear. Great match. Private Party. I mean, those guys are just fantastic.
Yeah, the gin and juice, RKO, Hurricanrana combo. Their finish, one of the best tag team finishers, out right now. Mark Quinn from the Private Party is going to be a stud. If he ever goes off by himself, man, he does the craziest stuff in that ring.
He does.
I really love it.
He does.
Fucking hate the Dark Order. Fucking hate.
I don't care too much for him either, man. I don't care. The guy in the mask, I guess he must have listened to Jim Cornette because he's wearing a full body suit now, so almost a full body suit because I guess he listened to Cornette, what Cornette had to say about him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but
from the stage at Double or Nothing, it was garbage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
right there
man.
with you.
I mean, it is what it is. AEW may have something and try to reinvent them in the near future, but as far as I know, I think talent just have direction, but they get to basically do, what they do, what they want to do, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hear shit. I just don't like the Dark Order. That's one of the fucking things I hate about AEW is that tag team.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
The tag team match was good. I mean, it was a good tag team match.
Yeah, it was. But come on.
One of the best tag teams in the Private Party right now.
Yeah, they're the hottest.
Connection. A lot of people compare them to a tag team on Monday Night Raw.
Street Profits?
Yeah, no comparison.
No.
There. I think Private Party is way better than them.
Yeah.
Man, we'll have to... I can't wait for this match this weekend. Lucha Brothers, SCU, Private Party.
Yeah.
Another triple threat tag team match that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Really looking forward.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of athletes. A lot of athleticism, a lot of intensity. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that one.
It is, and we'll be talking about that later on here after our guest later when at the top of the hour when he calls in wrestling manager Damien Saint will be calling in at the top of the hour here on the Slammin' Thursday edition of the Everett Lee Show. So let's look at the main event for AEW. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page against Jericho and Sammy Guevara, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, it was. What did you think of Chris Jericho's video package?
Nice. That was a nice video package from Jericho, man. I loved it. I loved it. I loved the how it was put together, and he basically said, "Hey, I'm going to beat the shit out of Cody this Saturday, and I'm going to keep my championship and drinking a little bit of bubbly." That's basically what he said.
Drinking a little bit of the bubbly.
I love how they put all that. They had Virgil on there, and
Virgil,
Jericho, aunt's friend from church. Man, that was just some funny shit.
Yeah,
that was one of the best video packages I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
not because Jericho, but I mean, it was just well put together.
Right.
The Olive Garden rib Virgil did, because Jericho's talents like the Olive Garden breadsticks. It's endless. It's a rib off a podcast that Conrad and Bruce do. It was funny. I got it. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It was really good.
It was. Yeah, it definitely was great.
Sammy Guevara's entrance reminded me of Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, me too. That's what I got from it. Is he trying to be like Tyler Breeze with that entrance there? Because yeah,
he's trying to be like Finn Balor last week, and now he's trying to be like Tyler Breeze this week. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either, man. I don't know. Stick to an entrance and just stick with an entrance, dude. That's all I got to say about that. Jericho and Sammy, man, with Kenny and Hangman, that action went back and forth there in the match. There's some good spots there, and I love seeing Hangman back in the ring there. Not seeing him after a while, and all chaos, man, broke loose there at the end after Jericho got the pinfall. Thanks to Jake Hager. He basically helped Jericho secure that win. That's why he's his equalizer, and he did take the pinfall there. I mean, he covered the pinfall, and he won it. And all chaos broke loose. You had freaking Cody coming out there, and then you had John Moxley coming out of the crowd with a freaking barbed wire bat, and then you saw you saw everything that was going to go on and at Full Gear this weekend happen right there. I mean, they brawled, and the crowd loved it. I thought this brawl was a better closing brawl than what Monday Night Raw did.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
I mean, from the match, Jericho in the match, that middle rope drop kick he does never gets old. I thought that was spot on.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, bell to bell, is one of the best in the business. It shows. Sammy Guevara has a great future. He does, man. Sammy Guevara if he sticks with the guys he's with right now, he will. Really good main event. Pac low blowing Page to set up for the Judas effect at the end. I thought that was good. Everybody got all their angles all in one segment right there, and they did it really well done. You know, when you thought the show was going to end, something else happened. When you thought the show was going to end right there, something else happened. It was just pure chaos. They put it together very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely did. It ended really well.
I give AEW 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10
for this week.
Okay, well, I definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give AEW this week. I'm gonna have to give it a. Yeah, definitely, I'm gonna have to give it a 8 myself because of all the excitement and stuff. It got me hyped up and ready for this Saturday. It did. I'm ready to go and ready to, check this out this Saturday, and just this pay-per-view is going to be great. It definitely is going to be great to watch, and we're going to be talking more about AEW Full Gear later on in the program. After we have our guest, wrestling manager Damien Saint will be calling in. And before we get to Mr. Saint calling us, I want to mention that you can check out more podcasts on Podcast City Network's website, podcastcity.net. You can hit them up on Facebook, Podcast City Network, and on Twitter at Podcast City Net. Subscribe to Podcast City Network YouTube channel, Podcast City Network, for video podcasts such as the Everett Lee Show, the Chris Carnage Show, and Final Score with Chris and Craig. And subscribe and follow them on Twitch, twitch.tv/Podcast City Network. And you can follow Everett Lee Show right there at the top of your screen there. On Podbeam, iTunes, and Stitcher. And, of course, on social media, Facebook, Everett Lee Show, and on Twitter, at the Everett_Lee, Instagram, Everett Lee Show, and audio portions of this podcast, a previous release podcast on YouTube, The Everett Lee Show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, let's see if we get Damien Saint on the phone. What do you say?
I'm ready, man. I've never talked to him before, but I'll get the opportunity tonight and see what this cat's all about.
Yep, you definitely will. You definitely will. So when we get back, let's see if we get Damien on the phone, and we'll talk to him. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get more into the Slammin' Thursday edition of The Everett Lee Show right here on twitch.tv/TheEverettLee.
You're listening to The Everett Lee Show.
The following support and sponsor Podcast City Network. City Limits Tap Room, sports bar in DeLand, Florida, has brew on tap, serve food, the grilled cheese is excellent. For upcoming events, check out City Limits Tap Room on Facebook.com/City Limits Tap Room. Morph Tee, a comfortable and lightweight 100% polyester t-shirt with illustrated morph characters that, when worn, will make the illustrations seem to come to life. For more of Tony Rodriguez's work, you can see his full line of apparel at teespring.com. Sports Sanity Customs have worked with organizations from custom embroidering polo shirts to jerseys for your kids' baseball team. They do it all. Armed with state-of-the-art equipment and an in-house design team, they are equipped to take on your next project. Visit their website to learn more, sportsanitycustoms.com. Visit Sports Sanity Customs on Facebook.com/SportsSanityCustoms. 3Count Design offers a wide range of graphic design products, video, photography, and other forms of media. Everything from t-shirt designs to websites. Visit Facebook.com/3CountDesign for more. Demo Blast Studios, an explosion of imagination. Original artwork, podcasts, video, apparel, and more. Visit DemoBlastStudios.com. Visit Demoblast Studios on Facebook.com/Demoblast Studios, the best family entertainment pro wrestling show in the state of Kentucky. Kentucky's Own Wrestling brings quality family vintage wrestling to a town near you. Kentucky's Own Wrestling offers a ladies division in wrestling and a training school. Kentucky's Own Wrestling is the current longest running Southern promotion. Visit Facebook.com/Somerset Kentucky's Own Wrestling. All supporters and sponsors are brought to you by Podcast City Network.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
For more of The Everett Lee Show on social media, follow and like The Everett Lee Show on Facebook, The Everett Lee Show, Twitter, at The Everett_Lee, Instagram, Everett Lee Show. Audio versions of this podcast and previously released podcast can be found on everettleeshow.podbean.com. Stitcher Radio, The Everett Lee Show, give a rating and comment. Apple Podcast, The Everett Lee Show, give a rating and comment. YouTube, The Everett Lee Show, subscribe to the channel. The Everett Lee Show, your shot of entertainment to the head.
Hey fans, here at Podcast City Network, we have a lot of great shows on all of our great social media outlets. PodcastCity.net.
Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit that thumbs up. You can send a tweet to Podcast City Network on Twitter at Podcast City Net.
Only on Podcast City Network. You're listening to The Everett Lee Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for your Slammin' Thursday edition of The Everett Lee Show with Everett Lee and the Chris Rose. Right now, I have on the line, he's been on The Everett Lee Show plenty of times before, and he's back again. I decided to bring him back on because I love talking with my guest, wrestling manager Damien Saint. How you doing tonight, Damien?
Well, considering it's 9 o'clock and I got to work in the morning, I'm actually wide awake for once.
Wow.
Do you have any idea how hard it is right now? Like, I've done 4 cups of coffee today just because after work I came home, had to clean the house, the in-laws were coming over, wanted to work on some more merch, some more online branding, and I want to make sure I was wide awake for tonight. I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight.
Well, it's all that talent that you manage and stuff, man.
I know, it never stops.
I don't know how much. I don't know who manages more talent, you or Jimmy Hart.
I really don't know anymore. I'm going to have to say me, just because I still manage people on a weekly basis.
Right.
So I think I might have Jimmy beat,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to swear to it because if I put it on the record, he might beat me with that megaphone.
What do you think about that, Chris?
Yeah, I think you need to stay away from Jimmy and just do your thing, Damien. You don't want to feel the wrath of that megaphone, buddy. What? Damien, I have come across your Facebook. I checked you out, sir, and I'm D. Chris Rose, by the way, and it's good talking to you. I did see where you did recently meet Barry Windham, J.J. Dillon, and Anderson. How was that?
Oh, Chris, I got to tell you, that was a dream come true. I never thought I would ever get to meet any members of the Four Horsemen. Nonetheless, Barry Windham and J.J. Dillon. And the amazing thing is, Arn Anderson showed up that night as well for a meet and greet. So I got to meet 3 of the members of the Four Horsemen. And there's such a wealth of knowledge that is almost uncomparable to anything else I've learned. Like, I've learned from some amazing people. I got to learn from Justin King, from Earl Hebner, Jerry Lynn, Ricky Reyes, Adam Rose, Al Snow, so many amazing people. But just to be able to stand there and learn from people like Arn Anderson, Barry Windham, and the J.J. Dillon, it was just the emotion in that moment is unsurmountable of what it felt like. I really don't have better words to put it into.
Wow, that was amazing. I seen the Facebook post, just like Chris said. I seen that, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Barry Windham, J.J. Dillon, Arn Anderson. Wow, I was like, "How?" Yeah. Just that's amazing, man. That's amazing. You picked their brains, right?
Oh, absolutely. I picked their brains the best I could.
I would, man. I definitely would. I definitely would pick. I mean, they're legends. They are definitely legends right there. I mean, you're missing Tully and Rick, and you would have had the whole package there. But having those 3 right there, I mean, damn, that was amazing. That definitely was amazing.
No, it definitely was. And I think my favorite part in general is the fact that I'm always trying to go to seminars. I'm always trying to learn, but I never find seminars that have managers involved. I never find seminars that are being done by managers. So to have one and find one, thanks to SICW, with J.J. Dillon of all people, that's something I had to jump on.
Yeah. I mean, I would jump on that, definitely. I mean, yeah, having us going to a seminar like that right there and having that right there, that's something I definitely would jump on. I definitely would. You mentioned merchandise. I seen you got merchandise, man. What you finally have some out. What do you have out that people don't know about that you have? Tell us.
Thanks to Teespring.com, I actually was able to start up an online store, and the amount of merchandise I've been able to create is absolutely amazing. I have 4 different, let me just double check because I'm looking at the store online right now. but I think I have 4 or 5 different brands. Yeah, I got 5 different brands of merchandise. So there's the Classic Saint, the Saint in the Dark, Welcome to My World, the Medieval Saint, and what so far has been my favorite is what I call the Welcome to Hell Midwest Tour 2019, which has every promotion I've been a part of for 2019 with fans across Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio.
Nice.
And with these brands I've been able to do, I'm able to do iPhone covers, Samsung covers, leggings, shirt, tank tops, pillowcases, posters, coffee mugs, stickers, just everything you could really think of that's just great for merchandise that you never see anywhere. I got all that up on teespring.com/stores/Damien-Saint.
Nice, man. I'm gonna have to check out the merchandise. What do you say there, Chris? A lot of merchandise, huh?
I'll have to check out your store, man. I like some wrestling merchandise.
Yeah, please do.
I'll have to check you out, man.
Yeah, no, definitely do. And the cool thing is, with the store just coming up, I want to be good for people. So there is a promo code for 10% off if you type in DSIMC.
DSIMC. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
I love those promo codes.
Yeah, you definitely do. Definitely love the promo codes, man. Definitely do.
You manage quite a bit of talent, Damien. How do you keep track of them, man? You manage a lot.
Chris, I got to be
anyone new as
honest.
of
Some
late?
days it is hard as hell to keep track of
Have you-
everyone.
Yeah. Any new talent as of late?
My latest acquisition of talent, I would have to say, has been with World's Finest Wrestling is the Hoodfoot himself, Mo Atlas. Who, if you've seen Mo, he's amazing in the ring, amazing size, amazing person in general. And just what he can do in the ring for being a little bit of a bigger guy is just phenomenal.
I'm pulling him up right now.
I follow him on Instagram. He's a good talent, man. That's quite an acquisition out there.
Mm-hmm. That is, yeah. He's a big guy, man. He is. I'm afraid for anyone who gets in the ring with him, man. That's a good acquisition right there. Just like Chris said,
It really is. And for last month at World's Finest Wrestling, when we were there, when me and Mo officially joined forces together, he took out 3 people in one night. At the start of the show, he personally took out Shorty P, Tyler Klein, and we even issued an open challenge for the main event. Zodiac himself and the Bomb Shelter came out, and Mo Atlas pinned him in the center of the ring, 1, 2, 3.
Damn.
Now, for the end of this month, at November 30th for World's Finest Wrestling, again, me and Mo Atlas, we're going out there. Now, we do have an actual match planned, and that's against the one man himself, Bishop Frost. And that's going to be an amazing match.
Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to what you have coming up. I'll try to follow you the best I can in the near future and get to know you a little better because I'm sure you'll be on the Everett Lee Show again. Yeah, man, Big Mo Atlas, really good performer. Can't wait to see what you do, man. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
going to be fun.
Definitely is. I'm checking out his Facebook page there, man. I'm checking out the videos. That is awesome. That is. Now, acquiring Mo, is there anyone that you have your eye on that you would like to acquire?
I mean, there is one other person in World Famous Wrestling who I would love to join forces with, and that is Emerge superstar Chris Caliber.
I'm gonna have to look him up too. Chris Caliber.
Yeah.
Is that C or a K?
With a K.
K.
It's Kris, and then Caliber with a K.
Okay. Definitely gonna have to check that out there. Wow. Okay. Nice. Man, you got some good talent, and you got your eyes on some great talent there, man. You definitely. I mean, you're in a lot of promotions and stuff, and it's great.
It definitely
I
keeps me busy.
see. How is it working for Rocket Pro Wrestling, Damien?
Man, I love Rocket Pro Wrestling. Now, of course, I use my other gimmick of referee Bob Church. And with Rocket Pro Wrestling, it's a promotion that is literally right down the road from me, maybe 20-minute drive. So I get to save on gas, which is amazing because I never get a chance to do that. But it's an amazing locker room. It's amazing promoters and owners. And we just come together and we're able to put on an amazing product for the Joliet area and Will County itself. And just, we haven't had a good wrestling promotion out in this area in a couple of years. So to be able to see a new promotion be built up and slowly rebuild the area of professional wrestling, I couldn't be happier.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a wrestler myself, and it's always good to save the gas money and have one in your hometown. Our promotion that I work for, KZW, will be coming to my hometown of Corbin in January, hopefully, and hopefully I'll be saving a little gas money coming at the beginning of the year. But yeah, man, wrestling in your hometown is that's your dream come true. In the business to wrestle in front of your hometown, when you love the business so much. So that's good to hear, man.
Absolutely.
I'm glad for you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's awesome, man. I mean, right there in your hometown, 20 minutes away. I mean, it's just like, just you're going to work, and it's like right there. I love it. Before we came back from break, and when I got you on the line, when you called in, you mentioned that you watched some NXT and Monday Night Raw and stuff. What's your take on this week's NXT? What you watched with the current wrestling with like WWE and AEW and NXT? What's your take on the current product now?
Well, for me, I got to watch a little bit of SmackDown last week, and I love how Survivor Series is coming up, and I love this whole NXT invasion. It reminds me of Nexus, only on a bigger scale, which I love. And having that third brand be part of Survivor Series, it kind of reminds me back when you had like the ECW brand once WWE bought it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's a far better product than what they did with ECW. And for me, I love the invasion angle. I love seeing these guys be able to go across all three brands and work these amazing angles. But I think even on Monday Night Raw, I love the segment of Triple H and Seth Rollins, them crossing paths again. And Hunter said it best himself. Every so time Seth Rollins doesn't know what's next, Triple H is the next person always to walk out. He's always the next person who has something planned for Seth. And for me, I loved the Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan match. I think I even loved more the Seth Rollins and Adam Cole match. And I love how it ended. There was no clear winner, of course, because Undisputed Era attacked.
Yeah.
And it's that moment of like, okay, you realize Seth is going to stay with Raw because Triple H pulled the trigger. But even watching NXT, I'll tell you right now, I did not see at all of the OC showing up. I was expecting something to happen. I was kind of expecting, some sort of attack on the NXT roster. Because, hell, after all, SmackDown gets attacked, Raw gets attacked. No one's going to take that line down.
Yeah.
But I never once ever in my life would ever picture the OC of all people on NXT and performing in NXT. I just never saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a beautiful swerve to me. And then to have the moment of Tommaso Ciampa and AJ Styles, you can ask for a better square up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Chris mentioned earlier when we were talking about NXT. You mentioned that line that Tomaska said about this is the main roster.
And I love that confidence behind it because everyone looks at NXT as well as a developmental product and. It's the super indie show, I guess some people could call it, but I don't know. To me, I feel like NXT is a better product. Now, I love what's been going on with Raw because I love Paul Heyman being part of creative.
Yeah.
Whenever Paul Heyman's involved with anything, it catches my attention. And I got to admit, for a while there, I was really bored with the WWE product of Raw and SmackDown. But since it seems like Paul Heyman's gotten more and more control over creative, it's been a little bit edgier. Of course, it's still PG. You still got to be kid-friendly, especially for the sponsors and the big money. But I feel like Paul Heyman's making it a little bit edgier. And when I watched this past Monday Night Raw, of course I watched on Hulu, so I got the 2-hour version instead of the 3-hour version because I think 3 hours is too much wrestling for a weekly show. But that's just my opinion. But to watch it on Hulu for the 2 hours, I got to admit, I wasn't bored at all. I actually sat here at my computer working on merchandise, and I couldn't stop watching the show. I was captivated by everything. I loved every moment. I loved Shayna Baszler having that moment with Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I love, like I said before, the Triple H and Seth Rollins moment. And there's just so much about the show itself that I just really enjoyed. I even enjoyed the Bobby Lashley-Rusev moment. And the Drew McIntyre versus Rusev match, I enjoyed that. I kind of, after watching wrestling for so long, you can predict, oh, hey, Bobby Lashley's going to attack. But the match was so good, I forgot Lashley was even out there.
Yeah. Yeah, the product. It's
a pretty good match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, it's I was the whole time the match was going on, I was just kind of waiting for Lashley to come down, and it was kind of predictable. But Damien, I have a question for you. You're a wrestling man.
I got an answer for you.
It's kind of been making a comeback in WWE, NXT, AEW. In your opinion, do you think that the wrestling managers need to make a comeback in the bigger companies, have more of a variety of them?
For me personally, I definitely think managers need to make a comeback. You're seeing it slowly a little bit more. You still have Lana, who's acting as a manager somewhat. Selena Vega, she acts as a manager, which is nice. Tully Blanchard on AEW, he's acting as Shawn Spears' manager, which I absolutely love them put together. And I feel like it's slowly making a comeback. But, and again, this is my opinion, and even when I talked to JJ Dillon about this the other day, he even said, being a manager is kind of one of the hardest jobs possible in any sort of promotion itself. Because when you're looking at promotions, if money starts getting tight, they're not going to cut the wrestlers because you need the wrestlers to do the show. You can't cut the referees because you need the referees in order to take control of the matches. So the first person who usually starts getting cut is the managers. And that's really the hardest thing you can really look at. So when you start getting more managers in the product, once money gets tight, they kind of end up disappearing a little bit, and you don't see it as much. But no, to me, you need the comeback of the managers. You need to have the big guys, the dangerous guys, the ones who just can't talk well, and put them with a mouthpiece who can just get that crowd going. Let them be the voice. Let them get the heat.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Good point. I like that. I like that. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I really missed the managers aspect in wrestling, and it was a lot of fun with, Bobby Heenan, Jimmy Hart, so many good managers in the past, and I do miss that, especially for wrestlers who can't particularly do promos well. Having a manager helps a lot. What events do you got coming up, Damien, that we can catch you at? What kind of shows do you got?
Well, of course, this Saturday in Joliet, Illinois, I have Rocket Pro Wrestling. And then the following weekend, I'm going to be in Coloma, Michigan for a new promotion as well called GLWA. Then 2 weeks after that, I'm going to be at World's Finest Wrestling with Mo Atlas. So that's kind of what my schedule is going on right now. It's mostly just Saturdays. I'm looking around for some Friday shows, but, I'm also enjoying the time I can get with my family.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Family time's the best.
Yeah, enjoying time with your family. That's yeah. I mean, when you're on the road and stuff, and you're doing shows and stuff, and doing time, spending time with your family. That's yeah. I definitely agree. I mean, my 2-year-old on the weekends on Sunday it's me and her, and then my wife, and it's just all three of us, and we just do stuff together, go someplace, or just spend some time together. But yeah, definitely. But
yeah, I mean, between work during the day and then the wife, she works a little bit later than I do, so she gets home a little bit later, so we don't get a lot of time to spend together at night. And then I'm gone on the weekends for the shows. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, when I get the time, I try to spend as much time as I can with her, but I just don't understand why the woman's not sick of me. I don't shut up.
Yeah, I'm really there, Damien. My girlfriend has to travel with me all the time to shows, and she complains about it. And when I tell her that you can just stay at home, she's like, "Why do you want me to stay at home?" It's very confusing. It's it's what she signed up for, though. She said, me and Damien are, we're on the road a lot, so these women are gonna have to just, truck right along, man.
Oh yeah.
And it's just what the, it's just how it is.
Absolutely.
But I have to say, though, my woman has made me a better man, a better wrestler, and I couldn't ask for a better woman. So.
Well, that's good to hear.
She's a trooper. She's a trooper, that's for sure.
Yeah, we gotta have
like a military trooper or like a stormtrooper. Because if she's a stormtrooper, dude, she can't hit anything.
Wow.
What, you thought you were completely serious this whole time? Come on, man. What, are you on drugs? You are. Start sharing them.
I've seen wrestling magic.
Wow. Now, Mr. Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast is burning up the chat here, Damien. He wants to give a shout out to you, me, and the Chris Rose, especially you. He wants to give a shout out.
Oh, David.
Oh, David. I know. He just mentioned David Russell get you on a roll, don't it?
It really does. I love David, but I'm telling you, he has an addiction that is almost sickening to Starbucks. I feel like I get a picture from him at least once a month, and it's not of him. It's not of New Jersey. It's not of anything beautiful. It's a frickin' Starbucks cup.
He says thank you. LOL.
You're not welcome.
One last thing I want to mention, since you were mentioning about stormtroopers, did you catch that final trailer of the Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker? Did you catch that final trailer they put out?
Catch it? Of course I caught it, and I bought my tickets 2 minutes after they went on sale.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. What's going to be happening with that movie right there? I'm interested in seeing how they tie in Palpatine and the Death Star and just everything with what was set before into this one in the last movie and stuff. So I'm excited about it, and you definitely are.
No, I'm so excited. I've always been a big Star Wars fan since I was a little kid, and I didn't really know about Star Wars until they redid them in the 90s, and I just fell in love with it. And I was reading an article the other day, and it was an interview with J.J. Abrams about the Star Wars movies, and he was talking about, of course, he won't leak anything out. I give him full credit. He keeps everything so well tight.
Mm-hmm.
To where nothing gets spoiled at all for the movies. But he was talking about how this is going to have an amazing closure to the whole Skywalker saga. And I cannot wait. I want to see how this ends. Because apparently this is officially even going to be the end of the Skywalker saga. So now it's like, how does this whole thing end? How does 40 to 50 years of amazing movies finally come to closure?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You a fan of Star Wars, Chris?
I'm not. I'm just listening to you guys talk. But
oh God, damn! Get the hell off the phone, Chris. How dare you not be a fan of Star Wars? I thought we were gonna be best friends. No. Oh my God! And I've got a picture from Dave with him in a frickin' Starbucks cup and his frickin' mouth.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's crazy. Of course, David had to send you one, man, and well, that's what he says in the chat. And one last excuse me, one last thing. He's got me choked up here. One last thing I'm going to ask you is where can people find you on social media at?
I think the better question is, where can you not find me? I'm just kind of jumping everywhere. But, I mean, I do have Facebook. I have the Damien Saint page. I do have the Damien Saint profile. I have the Referee Bob Church page. You could also find me with my Twitter handle of The Damien Saint. You can find me my Instagram handle of The Damien Saint. You can find me on my online store of teespring.com/stores/Damien-Saint. If you want to get a hold of me, you can easily email me at saintdamien@yahoo.com. I'm not hard to find. All you really need to do is open up the window. You could probably hear me screaming from across the damn country.
Anything else you want to ask Damien, Chris?
Man, it was a pleasure talking to you. I love your intensity and how you speak, and I'm sure you're a great manager, and I'll continue to follow you and watch your stuff, man. But it was good to talk to you. I love your views on wrestling, and it's good to see managers back in the business again, because for a while there wasn't a lot of them. But it's glad to see them back, man, and it was good It was good talking to you.
Oh, and you too, my friend. I hope we get to do this again.
Oh yeah,
Even though
definitely.
you're not a Star Wars fan.
Oh, yeah. Star Wars aside, man, we'll talk about anything else, all right?
All right, fair enough.
Damien,
Communist.
it's always a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming on tonight and talking with us, and we'll follow you on social media and see what the great Damien Saint puts out there and everything and all the talent. We'll keep an eye on the talent that you manage.
All right, sounds good, my friend.
All right. Take care, man. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. That was Damien Saint. How do you feel? Chris?
All I can say is, man, I like the guy, and hopefully one day the Chris Rose can have him as my manager. But right now, I'm perfectly fine by myself. But sounds like a good guy. I mean,
yeah,
he's a product. He's very well spoken. I'm sorry to tell him, but I'm not a Star Wars fan. But I mean, overall, it was a good conversation, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. He was taking in all. I didn't know. I thought you were a Star Wars fan, or you watch Star Wars. I don't know. But I am.
Back to the Comic-Con thing. I don't think I've ever been to one ever.
No,
I haven't. I haven't been to Comic-Con in my life.
Dude, you should go just experience it once. You should do that. You should go and experience it once, man. I mean, you definitely should. You definitely should. But this has been a fun night. This has definitely been a fun night. And one last piece of business we got tonight before we ride off into the sunset is let's talk about AEW Full Gear. Let's go ahead and talk about that right there. That's coming up this Saturday, man. What do you think of the card there? Looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of good matches. I'm actually pulling it up right now. Full Gear, man. I'm gonna watch it Sunday because of course I told you what I was doing this weekend, and I'll be back in my cozy couch and my big TV Sunday, because where I'm going this weekend there will not be any of that. But yeah, I'm looking. Like I said, the triple threat tag team match, SCU, Lucha Brothers, Private Party. That's up at the top. And usually a tag team match is not up at the top for me, but this one is. All three teams are legit. They're great. Man, there's a little bit of everything in that match.
Yeah.
Also, looking forward to, the lights out match. Kenny Omega, John Moxley. I can't even predict what's going to happen in that match. I'll predict the winner, because that's what we do here on the Everett Lee Show. Gosh, I don't know how it's going to go. That's intriguing to me, and glad to see Moxley and Omega going at it.
Yeah.
And of course, AEW Championship, Chris Jericho and Cody. Hopefully, match of the night. Cody is, had a lot of bad. At first, Cody being the vice president or president. Is he the president?
Yeah, he's the president. Cody is. Yeah, he's the manager of AEW.
At first, when he got the title shot, everybody was just going to that. But he's part of it. He started the company. He's the president. But Cody and Jericho have built this match up better than any title match in wrestling, to date. not today, but here in the past few years, this has been a very well-built angle between Jericho and Cody, and I'm looking forward to the match.
Yeah, I am. I'm definitely looking forward to the Cody Rhodes and the Chris Jericho match, because it's like is if he don't win, he's not going to go after the championship. Now, what gets me here, Chris, is with him not getting the championship, then he's not going after it ever again, ever. And that word there, never doing something forever, it gets me, because you know what happens in the world of wrestling. Someone who gets a title shot and they lose it is like, if you don't beat me, you're never getting another shot again. And then a year or months down the road, what happens after people forget? A person gets a shot. I have a feeling that Cody may walk away with the championship. He may get it, and he may run with it. What do you think?
I'm going with my man, Chris Jericho.
You're going with Jericho.
I'm going with Jericho in this one. Cody getting the big one. I think it'll happen, and despite what Cody says, I don't think it's going to go down this way. I think Jericho will win this match. Jericho will win, and he will drink a little bit of the bubbly afterwards with the inner circle.
Drinking a little bit of the bubbly.
It's going to be a good match.
It is.
I mean,
it is.
It's hard to predict, and that's what is so good about AEW. I want Jericho to win, but in all honesty, it's hard to predict, because WWE in this past 2 to 3 years or so has been so predictable. You really know what's going to happen. But AEW, being so brand new and everything, and how they've done this angle has been very well put together, and it's hard to really predict it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Jericho on this one. I think, him losing the championship right now, I don't know. I think it's a little too soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I agree. I agree with you right there. But I feel like more Cody may get that championship and have that run with it. But excuse me, he may even lose it. I mean, he may win it and not keep it that long and then lose it though. But they're going to have 3 judges there as a tiebreaker if the match goes beyond 60 minutes. And hopefully it don't, but who knows? But yeah, if Jericho keeps the belt, he's going to hold it until someone, comes after him. I mean, I like to see Hangman go back and try to get the title from Jericho. I definitely like to see that. I definitely would. You mentioned what's that?
Sorry to cut you off there.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Speaking of Chris Jericho, did you see where he challenged Tanahashi for the New Japan Championship?
Yeah.
WGP Heavyweight. So there's a lot of factors that come into play with this main event. But we'll continue with our prediction show here. I'm ready for that main event, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it is going to be exciting. It definitely is. Like you said, the tag team championship match. I mean, the SCU versus the Lucha Brothers versus Private Party. 3 great teams right there. Who do you feel is going to walk away with that championship?
I'm going to have to go with the team that had just won the tag team championships, SCU.
SCU.
I do like the Lucha Bros. I like Private Party. I enunciate Private Party because I think they're my favorite tag team out of all three. But as far as, I don't see SCU losing it right when they got the championships. I believe it'll be one of the matches of the night. I think it'll be one of the best ones. I'm going to have to go with SCU on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, they just won the tag team championships. They're not going to lose it. They're not going to lose it. They're going to keep it for a while, man. They're going to keep them for a while. They just won them last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they won.
I don't see them playing hot potato with the tag team championship.
Yeah. Nah, they're going to keep them. I'm going to have to go with them. It's going to be the match tonight right there. So many bodies flying in and out of the ring and stuff. And it's going to be a great match. SCU is going to keep those championship titles. And, yeah, the lights out match, Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega. How bloody do you think this match is going to be between these two? How bloody?
They've been teasing for weeks with the broomstick barbed wire thing, and for a lot of fans that don't get that, Kenny Omega was the cleaner in New Japan.
Yeah.
So I got it.
I did too.
I got it. I'm a big Kenny Omega fan, and then Jon Moxley, and they teased it again before the Proud and Powerful. Is that what Santana and Ortiz came down?
Yeah.
And attacked them. They was getting ready to go at it. They tried to do it a couple weeks ago, and then Pac interrupted them. Moxley and Omega has done a very good job of building up to this story. AEW is really good at building up any really story they have right now as far as the men's aspect goes.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, they're going to pull out all the stops Saturday, Omega and Moxley. It'll be one of the best matches on the card, no doubt. There's going to be a lot of blood and guts, light tubes, thumbtacks, kendo sticks, chairs, tables, ladders, you name it. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we'll see the barbed wire broom versus the barbed wire bat. It's going to be great, man. I like both guys. Jon Moxley made a good name for himself, leaving WWE, one of the hottest properties in AEW, and Kenny Omega, like I said earlier in the show, bell to bell, one of the best in the business right now.
Yeah.
And I love the V trigger, one of my favorite moves right now. I'm looking forward to this match, no doubt, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see them pull out all the stops and just have a brawl. I mean, just a brawl. It's going to be great. Speaking of tag team, we got another tag team match. Young Bucks going up against Santana and Ortiz. They're going up against them, and that's going to be a great tag team match right there. The Bucks is going to be a super kick party. I don't have that sound effect on my soundboard because I'd be playing it right now. Nope, I don't have it. Had to change that with something else, though. But I may end up adding it since we've been talking about AEW. But I feel like Santana and Ortiz are going to win this one here because I feel like the Bucks, they're going to put on a great match and everything, but these guys are going to win dirty, and they're going to walk away with the victory because they're going to do something to capitalize on an opening when that happens with the ref getting knocked out, ref not looking, because, you can have one guy distract the ref while the other guy does something to the other opponent, and it's going to happen, and I feel they're gonna win this match in a dirty way, and this ain't going to be the end. It's going to continue this feud here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both teams are in line for a tag team title match in the near future, and I believe the winner of this match will be in line for it as well. I'm going to go with Santana and Ortiz as well. I believe AEW has built them up really good, putting them with Chris Jericho, the Inner Circle. They attacked the Rock and Roll Express, debuting the Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
That tells you something, right? Santana and Ortiz is getting pushed to the moon in AEW. The Young Bucks have been there because the Elite versus the Inner Circle, that's what they're building it as right now. Santana and Ortiz will win this match. And, it's going to be a great match as well. Full Gear is full of surprises this week.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. It's going to be some surprises. Then you got Hangman versus Pac, like you mentioned. That's going to be a good one right there. I feel that Pac, he's on a winning streak, and I feel that it's going to continue. I love both of these guys in the ring. Great in-ring talent, both of them are. But I feel that Pac is going to continue that winning streak. I hate to say that. I like Hangman to win this one, though, but I'll be surprised to shock if he wins it. And if he does, this will be Pac's first loss in AEW.
Yeah, I see Pac winning this as well. Like I said earlier, he's a superstar. He is a bona fide superstar in AEW.
Yes.
One of the best bell-to-bell, like Kenny Omega, like Chris Jericho, like Cody, John Moxley. Pac is up there with those guys. Pac has been in WWE, then all over the world wrestling.
Yes.
Pac and Hangman could steal the show this weekend as well. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys do Saturday. I'm going with Pac. But Hangman Page, man, he's a superstar as well. He's a superstar in AEW. He and Jericho tore it down at All Out. That definitely put Adam Hangman Page on the map as a main event guy. I'm looking forward to this match, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to see what they do in this match. The bad boy Joey Janela, as Cornette accidentally called him Jelly Janela. Joey Janela versus Sean Spears with Tully Blanchard.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sean Spears on this one. I believe Spears deserves a little better than this match, but they're trying to do so much with everybody right now. They're trying not to overdo talent like WWE does, putting people out there too much,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what they're doing with Sean right now. And I hope Sean Spears comes out on top in this one. I'm not the biggest fan of Joey Janela, to be quite honest with you. But we'll see what happens this weekend. Joey Janela does prove that he can do more than, the matches he's used to, the death matches. But
yeah,
because Joey Janela and Omega has put on some pretty good matches. But, Sean Spears attacked Janela, threatening to rip his tongue out of his mouth. I thought that was really surprising on AEW Dynamite when they showed that.
Yeah.
AEW is really different than WWE right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon Cutler and Sean Spears had the match on AEW. Janela made the save. They're setting up an angle between these two right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Sean Spears wins this one with the help of Tully.
Of course. I agree with you right there. Sean Spears is going to win this one, because of the help of Tully. I'm right there with you. I agree right there. I believe Joey's going to take the loss. And like you said, they're setting up that angle right there with Cutler. That's going to be interesting to see. The buy-in. I'm still trying to figure this out, the buy-in. You got Britt Baker going up against Pristili. Pristili. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. But I don't know what this is going to lead to. It is going to lead to an AEW Women's Championship match, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna a future AEW Women's Title match is in the future for these two.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of Britt Baker. I mean, she has a good look and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm not the biggest fan of hers, and I don't know really a lot about Bo Priestley. Or Bae Priestley. I don't really know her name either, man, to be honest. But I think I'm going to go with Dr. Britt Baker on this one.
Same here.
She's had more time in AEW. She's been put out there more. Yeah, I'm going to go with Britt Baker on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you right there because she's over, and I believe she's gonna get another shot at Rio, which she'll be putting up the AEW Women's Championship against opponent that she wrestled in the tag team match we saw Wednesday, Ima Sakura.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Ima came out as Freddie Mercury on AEW Dynamite, and I didn't get that at all.
Me neither.
Nothing against Mercury. I'm a big Freddie Mercury fan, but it was just odd to me.
Yeah.
And it was an all right tag team match. I mean, I like the Shayna girl in the tag team match. Her European uppercuts look legit. All of her stuff looked great.
Yes.
We saw a little bit of her this past AEW Dynamite. Excuse me. But as far as this match goes, Emi Sakura got the pinfall victory over Rio. And judging by the crowd, it shocked a lot of people. But they will not be shocked this Saturday because I believe Rio will retain the women's championship.
I agree that she is going to hold on to this because she just won it. And that's the thing, I feel, except the Chris Jericho match there and Cody. Pretty much everyone that's won a championship, they're defending it and they're going to hold it. They're going to let them run with it for a while. And then when the time comes, they're going to have that person they're going to that's going to be put up against them. And they're going to lose the championship. But the interesting part is seeing how they get there. So that's what's going to be fun about that. And yeah, like you said at the beginning of this here, well-stacked pay-per-view, really good. It's going to be on Saturday, this coming Saturday. I forget what time it starts, though, but I know you can check it out. It's on. You can watch the pay-per-view on Bleacher Report Live, like always, with all the AEW content and pay-per-views on there. And or you can buy it on
the time
pay-per-view.
The time is at 7 p.m. is the buy-in, and 8 o'clock is the main card.
Okay. There you go. Well, Chris, another episode of Slammin' Thursday edition of the Everett Lee Show is in the can. That's pretty much a wrap. What do you say?
I've had a blast tonight, man. Damien State was a cool cat.
Yes.
I like talking to him, reviewing all the shows that went on this week. it's been a pretty good week of wrestling, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for here Saturday. I'll watch it Sunday. Try not to look at any spoilers, but it's the internet, it's Facebook, it's Instagram. There's going to be some on there. But I'm ready for it this weekend. AEW Full Gear, and also ready for next week when we're on again.
Yes, we are. We definitely are. Yeah, we'll be on again next Thursday, as always, right here on the Everett Lee Show with Slammin' Thursday. Now, there is one Thursday this month we will not be doing a show because we will be eating turkey, and that is on the 28th. We won't be doing a show on the 28th on Thanksgiving because that week right there, we haven't discussed it yet, though, but we'll have to discuss it, and we'll let people know on Facebook, on the Everett Lee Show Facebook page, and on Twitter at the EverettLeeShow, and of course on your social media, which is
The Chris Rose on Facebook. C Rose Wrestler 20 on Instagram is my two main social media outlets.
All right. Awesome. And as always, I want to thank everyone that tuned in tonight right here on the Everett Lee Show, and those who listen to this audio podcast, which you can find right there on EverettLeeShow.podbeam.com. iTunes, download iTunes or subscribe to iTunes on the Everett Lee Show for the Everett Lee Show. And Stitcher Radio, same thing with that. Subscribe to the Everett Lee Show if you use Stitcher Radio, and listen to audio portions of this podcast and previous release podcast right on the Everett Lee Show YouTube page. And be sure to follow more Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasts, around podcastcity.net, on Facebook, Podcast City Network, and on Twitter at Podcast City Net, and subscribe and follow them on YouTube, Podcast City Network, and on their Twitch channel, Podcast City Network, on twitch.tv. And that is it. Thank you for tuning in to Everett Lee Show Slammin' Thursday edition. We'll see you again next week for another episode of the Everett Lee Show. Peace.